Welcome, Star Warriors, to the Mos Eisley Cantina. And today we're going to talk about something that I don't usually talk about. I'm not a stickler for this issue when it comes to Star Wars. There are a lot of things in Star Wars that just are not scientifically accurate. And that's okay. It's cool. It's a space fantasy. What do you expect? I expect to go to the theater and have fun watching Star Wars. That's not too much to ask, is it? But there's just like this huge problem that's been nagging me ever since I saw the freaking Last Jedi. Um, Weaponizing hyperspace. Not only is it completely scientifically impossible, but if you could do it, then someone would have utilized that at the Battle of Yavin, at the Battle of Endor. Anytime they were using a Death Star, they could have utilized. They could have utilized that against the Starkiller base at some point. Um, and when you see it done against just a regular vessel in The Last Jedi, you have to wonder, why aren't they using it? Why haven't they been using that tactic until now? No one thought of freaking ramming their vehicle into another. Ah. Well, let's go with the scientific inaccuracy of the matter. Now, when we saw it occur in The Last Jedi, Vice Admiral Holdo uh, took command of her vessel, whatever it was called, and turned it around and shot it through light speed, or entered hyperspace, light speed, and crashed it through Kylo Ren's ship. Now, according to what we've seen in Rogue One, this tactic, I won't say this tactic, but the tactic of ramming one vessel into another has been used, and I don't see why they couldn't have done that this time, because ramming one ship into another is completely physically possible. Using light speed to do it, completely impossible. And the reason is because of this, and it's very simple. The speed of light is the speed of masslessness. If you have any mass at all, it is impossible, it's physically impossible to go the speed of light, to travel that fast. It's impossible. You can't go faster than the speed of light, and you can't go the speed of light if you weigh anything. So, if we're going to delve into the scientific elements of this, then any ship that enters into light speed has to go through some sort of physical transformation while they are in light speed the entire time, where they are able to propel themselves. The hyperdrive is able to propel the ship into faster than light speeds. Now, I don't know if going in light speed is entering another dimension, or if it's just the engine working, some sort of way. I don't know the mechanics of it, but I think science agrees that unless there's some sort of biological change in the makeup of the ship and all the contents within the ship, it cannot go the speed of light, which is a good thing. It is a good thing. It's an explanation as to why at the Battle of Endor and at the Battle of Yavin, no one used light speed to ram the Death Stars. No one used lights. No one like shot an X-wing, with a droid pilot, into the Death Star at light speed. No one used a frigate or a Mon Calamari cruiser with a droid crew to ram the Death Star at light speeds and faster than light speeds. Yeah, I mean, it was a perfect. The fact that it's physically impossible to do something like that was a perfect explanation as to why those battles had to run their course the way they did. But now, The Last Jedi has ended all of that. I mean, now, anytime the Empire comes up with some sort of super weapon, if someone doesn't have a droid crew inside a ship ready to ram that weapon at faster than light speeds, then the entire credibility of the Star Wars universe unravels before your eyes. They literally cannot pull a super weapon out ever again. At least not one that's a big, space vessel of any kind or station. Now, I guess I can't expect someone like Rian Johnson to have a science advisor, a scientist advisor, although they often do in other movies. They have someone who is an expert in physics or whatever look at this stuff and tell them, is this possible? And if the thing isn't possible, then the person will say so, and then it's up to the director and whoever else to decide whether or not they want to incorporate this impossible thing in their movie. Yeah, that scene looked kind of cool. It looked cool, but the scene was really, really stupid, other than the fact that it was physically impossible. It was really, really stupid, because when you're first watching the scene, there doesn't seem to be any reason why Holdo has to be on that ship at all. And then as you're watching the rebel vessels get blown up, she's just waiting until there's only one left and before she turns around and does what she does. But that's just besides the fact that the whole thing just would never work. I mean, bouncing into a star is one thing. I can see there being dangers with that. But something doesn't have to have mass to be incinerated by a ball of fiery gas. But to use it as a weapon against another vessel it would never work. It would never work. Anyway, guys, tell me what you think. Like, comment, subscribe. That's your science lesson for today. Peace out.